Rata Namami Hridandinam Bhakta Shiro Sri Krishna Pada Javadaika Chaitanya Leela Arasaram Narayanam Tum Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. All glory, all glory. Amen. All the Vaishnava. First of all, let me offer millions of blessings to the feet of Sri Gurudeva, Guru Pavana, Guru Varga, Nama Nishta Santa. Now, present, past, future Vaishnava, Satavat, Dandavat, Pranam. Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Krupa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Today is Saturday. Tritiya. Srila Raghunandan Thakur, Srila Vamsidas Baba disappeared tomorrow. Then week from tomorrow, that is Sunday, next Sunday, 27th, Sri Radha Govindji ki Julan Yatra, Pavitra Ropani Ekadasi Upavas. Oh, one more, that is Ekadasi day. Then Monday, Pavitra Ropan Utsav. Sri Rupa Goswami, Gauri Das Pandit, Srila Govind Das Pandit disappeared day. 31st is Baladev Avirbhav Purnima. Radha Govindji Julan Yatra Samapt. End of the Samapt. Raksha Bandhan. So that is there. So Rupa Goswami conference usually starts that day, Monday. And till Thursday. So I mean Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one pastime, like yesterday's question, like how did this menstruation cycle started? This is the thing. So Bhagavatam, there is a pastime. Answer is there. That's why if you know the background, it will be nice. What happened was, one time, Indra the Parikshit Maharaj is asking question. Is in Bhagavatam 6th canto, 7, 8, 9 chapters. 6th canto, chapters 7, 8, and 9. So, Parikshit Maharaj is asking one question to Sukadeva Goswami. Oh, Bhagavan. Kulaguru, Brihaspati, the Guru of Devatas, Brihaspati, for what reason he gave them up? Brihaspati, for a reason, he gives them up. What kind of offense they did against the Guru? Please tell me this. So, one time what happened was, so Sukadeva Goswami is telling, oh, Parikshit Maharaj, when Indra obtained the wealth of the three worlds, right? What happened? He became puffed up. Like, see, in this world we have seen people get intoxicated, mad, become mad. If they get wealth, they lose what should be done, what should not be done, right? And if they are very beautiful, same thing happens. They become, they look down on everybody. They think they are the most beautiful. So much intoxication. They lose what needs to be done, what should not be done. What is proper behavior, improper behavior. Wealth, strength also they become. Education also. And they get puffed up. I mean, I'll tell mundane education, Spiritual education, you become more and more humble. This wrong education, misguided education, the more you forget more yourself, and you will be far away from the Lord, so you become bad. Oh, I'm, whatever. They simply cannot understand anything about spiritual things. They neglect, they don't give respect for the spiritual people. If you are puffed up, if you are a highly regarded professor or Nobel laureate, yes, you can see, what makes them. So things like that. So imagine one time Indra like that also. He started not going in the proper path, Satyapata. So one time, what happened was, there was a meeting, public, like in big, there's a big hall where it's amazing. It can expand itself. It can, so many things. It can, if you are speaking, you can hear everywhere. You don't need mic, this, that adjustment. You know what I mean? Not like that. And he was sitting there, all the devatas, demigods, worshipping him, glorifying him. He was with his wife, Sachi, sitting. And Marudgana, Vasugana, Rudragana, Adityagana, Rubhugana, Vishwadevagana, Sadhyagana, Dono, two Ashwini Kumara, Siddha Charana, Gandharva, Brahmavadi Muni, they are all surrounding him. With their hands, they are all, 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 they are all Vidyadhara, Apsara, Kinnara, birds, all these snakes, and they're all doing service and they're stuti, they're glorifying it. Apsaras and Gandharvas, they're singing, glorifying him. On his head there was like a moon. Come on. One glory, like umbrella. You can imagine, so many things. Then, at that time, his worshipable guru, also Surasur, for devatas and then demons, worshipable Devaguru, Brihaspati, he came there, into the assembly. So, he saw him. He did not get up from his seat. And also, he did not even offer him, at least sitting, please, sit down or please take up, like Namra Bhava. Like please, he did not do anything. He became totally ignored him. To give him respect, he didn't even know little like that. So, then what happened? The guru who knows the future, guru understood, Indra is in mada, meaning intoxicated. Of what? Wealth. Wealth. So, he could have cursed him. Guru could have cursed him, No, he became very mauna, meaning he did not speak, became quiet. Then he just left the assembly and then came back to his house. After he left, after a while, Indra came to senses. Oh, Guru came, I disregarded him. What a fool I was, what an idiot I am. So he went to his house. Then so he's cursing himself. Oh, what a stupid, I didn't add any. Then so he's telling, he's realizing the mistake. So he's telling, even though I'm, mode of goodness, the devatas for the mode of goodness, I'm the king, but by obtaining this ordinary wealth, I became intoxicated. I got so much false ego. So, who want this worthless wealth? Huh? I, oh, I fee on this wealth, this mundane wealth, which made me blind. Understand? So, uh, suppose if somebody, the knowledgeable people, so from mundane, they say if you are sitting in a chair, like a king of the king, you should not get up, like that. No, no, no. See on them. That is not proper, right, for them. They don't know the dharma. Ah, so they are all in the mode of ignorance. Like that he is telling. Then what happened? He goes there to his guru's house. He is not there. The Bruhaspati comes to know, it becomes disappeared. He is not visible to him, to Indra. So the demigod, the asuras, the demons, come to know this. Indra has offended his guru. That means they have become weak. Thinking like that, they came and attacked Indra. Indra got defeated. This is the thing. When you lose the mercy of Guru, he is gone. So there was no happiness in him. Then what happened? Then they went to Brahma. So Brahma told, see, you should not have done this. Oh devatas, oh demigods. Because of the wealth, intoxicated by the wealth, you offended him. He is best among the Brahmanas. Oh, this is the very sorrow, you have treated, you have done a very bad thing. So what to do? You have to so Indra is telling, oh Indra, the demons also one time, the Shukracharya, who is the Bhrugu's disciple of Bhrugu Muni, they rejected him like that one time. So because of that, they became very weak. And they realized this, and they worshipped his guru, and when he was pleased, they were able to get back. They become very strong. So he told him, that's why what you do, very soon, Swashta, the son of Swashta, Vishwarup, go and you accept him as Guru. Do service to him. He is does a lot of austerities. He knows he is a tolerant Brahmana. If he is pleased by your proper treatment of him, he will help you and he will fulfill your desires. So, and the Brahma is also telling, he has one faulty name. Who? Vishwarup. What that fault? He is also on the side of demons also. He has a relation through his mother. He is also related to demons. But be careful. Whatever he does, you should tolerate. Brahma is giving them warning. Whatever he does, you have to keep. Don't do anything. You have to tolerate it. But he will fulfill your desires. So he will be fair. He is also favorable to demons because he has a relationship through his mother. But you have to tolerate it. Anyway, Devatas, they went, and he is also related to the Devatas also. He is related to both. See, remember. Diti, Aditi, right? So he has a relation to both. Then what happened? Then Devatas went and prayed to him. Finally agreed. I will fulfill your desire. So now, then he talked about Narayan Kavacha. Kavacha meaning shield. Okay. So Vishwarup, he did the like a not a like a Purohita, like a one who does in charge of doing yajnas like that, Brahmin one does. So he did that. And he said, this is actually not a good profession. It leads to so many difficulties. Anyway, I will agree what to do. We are begging me. So he agreed to become Purohita. So, and he taught him Narayan Kavacha. Very powerful. So Indra, with that shield, Narayan Kavacha, there is a remembering Lord in different ways, all the four directions, all the limbs of the body, like that. With that, Indra became very powerful. So then, what happened? Then he defeated the demons. Demons got defeated. He got back his kingdom back. Now, then what happened was, because he was doing yajna, right, Vishwarup. Then this Narayan Kavacha itself is one chapter in this. What happened? He obtained his kingdom back. So then Sukadeva Goswami is telling, O king, Parikshit, this Deva Purohit, Vishwarup, had 3 heads, right? 3 heads. What is that? One name is Somapita. He was drinking, one is head, he used to drink Somarasa, right? the Devatas drink. Then another head, Surapita, meaning he used to drink like liquor. Okay. Then third one, he used to eat rice, food. So three head, three things you have to think. Ishwarup. So the Vishwarup had two relations, right? Through his father with the Devatas, demigods, with his mother with the demons. So because he related to both, outward by loudly he was telling mantras favoring in Devatas. In mind, he was offering oblations into the fire for the demons. He was offering. So in his yajna, he's a karma kandi. So he was telling mantras. Let there be all the auspicious to this Indra. Then for the demigods also in his mind he was offering. Then Indra came to know this. And he became fearful. Wait a minute. Gradually, if you keep on making these yajnas, offering to the demons, they will become strong and it will be a problem for us. What to do? So he became intoxicated and then he forgot the instruction of Brahma. Brahma told, no matter what he does, tolerate. So what he did, he killed him. So he killed Vishwarupa. He has three heads. Now what happened was, then he got stuck with the Brahma Hatya dosha, okay, killing a Brahmana. So it is, he is being disturbed by that, Then for 1 year, he tolerated, he was suffering, Then what he did was, 1 year he suffered it. Then afterwards, he divided that sin into 4 parts. And he requested, the 4 bhumi, right? Like the earth, water, trees, and then ladies, 3. So he divided the sin and distributed these to these 4. And he gave them boon. See, if you take this, I will bless you with certain material things. Okay. So he gave it to the 4 people, distributed 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 quarter. Okay, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Earth, water, trees, and ladies, 3. Now, what did he do for the Bhumi? Bhumi. So there was one problem for the Bhumi, meaning if somebody digs a hole or something, right? It was not able to fill up by itself. So this was a kind of negative, so drawback. So they ask, please bless us and give us the strength. We can, if there is a hole or something, we're able to gradually fill it up by itself. So with that, the earth said, I will take up your quarter of your sin, Brahmati Dasha. So, and that sin shows up what? It shows up as a desert. See, it's a dead. Desert is like a disease. You remember, for the earth. Earth meaning full of green and all that, right? In desert, nothing happens, nothing, green, nothing. So it's like a disease. There you don't do any good activity, yajna, this and that, you don't do. Huh? So, uh, so those deserts are actually the sin of killing a Brahmana, Brahmatya, of Indra, that earth, took part of it and still it is suffering. You understand? Wherever desert you see, and also people who are staying in desert, they are also like that. They will not be any good quality. They are also being cursed, suffer from killing a Brahmana. And you can see wherever desert is. So then what the trees did. So before, if the tree is cut, they were not able to grow back. If somebody tree is going cut off, finished, dead. So they requested, wait a minute, if somebody cuts off in any way, a branch, a leaf, or even a trunk like that, we should be able to grow back. You bless us with that. Then Indra said, okay, you will have that power. See, not giving them a, life, some improvement, So because of that, they took 1/4 of the sin. And that's why now how the trees are suffering with that. The trees sometimes a liquid comes out of them. द्रव रूप में the tree is there, in liquid coming out. Remember, it we call it like some kind of sticky thing, right? Gondu, So that is like a disease. That's why it is forbidden to take, the what is coming out like that. You cut a tree sometime, they collect it. Remember, even like liquor. How does liquor is made? Nowadays, I don't know. Usually, they cut like some trees, sap. You remember sap? Sap of the tree, takes and then do something. So it is actually forbidden because it is the Brahmatya dosha of Indra, right? So you understood the earth, the trees. Now, ladies, ladies they said we will take 4, and what do you want? Now, when they become pregnancy, they could not enjoy, right? The sense gratification, right? Okay, like so they could not do. So even during when they are pregnancy, they can still enjoy the association of the men, the sex. They can enjoy as long as the baby does not get hurt. Before it was not like, So they said we want to do, because they wanted to enjoy all the time. This is mundane thing, okay? Don't get wrong, okay? It's Shastra. So we want to have that opportunity, also enjoy, because they want to, it's like mundane thing. Mundane pleasure, they want to keep on having enjoyment. So then Indra gave that thing, but on the negative side is they have to suffer. So that's where this thing came up, the Rajaswala, meaning menstruation side. And you can see menstruation cycle become very difficult actually sometimes. Okay, very painful, this and that. So you are going through certain painful for to enjoy certain things. You understand? This is what it is. Exchange. So this is the sin that strees, the ladies accepted from Indra. This is the that's why during that time they are considered as very impure because of that. This is a stage of accepting sin, suffering sin of the thing that Indra did. You know, so part of you have to the entire three ladies has to suffer. So around the world. So because of that, you know. Now that's why what you have to do. Actually, you should not think as negative. You have to take it as positive, like yesterday. All right, if this is the case because that, okay, it's an opportunity for me. There will be less disturbance. There will not be any demand, you know. So I can do more seva to the Lord. So I will chant, you know, like that. So it's a positive way, taking it. Then it will not be, it will be protected, you know. So then what the water did was, right? You remember he distributed into four: earth, then tree, ladies, and then the water. Now what the water did was, before it said, suppose take a glass of water, take some little milk, or take some water, put some juice, milk, or whatever, or water and milk. After mixing gets mixed up. Can you tell which is water, which is milk? You can't. You know, it becomes more. So this was a boon by Indra to the water. Before it was not like that. You add milk and water, it is to separate, you know. But the water wanted to have this quality. I can increase whatever being added to, like juice. You make juice and put water to it, it get mixed up. You cannot say anything, you know. Looks like juice has become more, you know. Milk has become more, like that. You know, it might get mixed up. It becomes more. So this bone. So for that, what the water took up is some sin of this Brahma. In what form? Sometimes you see in the water some like a foam, right? Some like bubbling. So, you know, that is what it appears like a sin. That's why in Shastra, you are not supposed to drink the foam and the bubbly thing. Okay. So, you should not. So you see, suppose in the drink, water or anything, you go, there's a foam there. You should remove the foam and then drink, because otherwise you are taking that sin. So in these four ways, Indra distributed this sin, and it is still going on. You know, so this is the background. That's why in the tradition it is like that, you know. But you are not prevented from thinking or chanting during that stage. So it's a blessing in disguise. And also male, female, you should not be feel, oh, I'm a male, I'm a female, oh, I'm this. No, again, don't be in intoxication. Okay, we are either male or female, understand? We are spirit soul. Spirit soul has 8 qualities, right? It cannot sin. The body is sinning. Okay? Why? Uh, misunderstanding. If you think I'm the body, then you get affected by the limitation of the body. The body itself is anyway dying all the time. So, misidentification, you know, yeah, doing sin, death, all this, but not for the soul. Soul as a love for the Supreme Lord, naturally. So, and it has no enjoying tendency. Understand? So, for the soul, there is no forgetfulness. Forgetfulness comes because of the misidentification. See, it's like uh, uh, a king, or like a judge, right? Judge is what? In his office, he's a judge. When he goes home, he is not. He is a householder or something like that. So, misidentification. Now, the judge can be judged for all the time, everywhere. Understand? So, limitation. After so many years, he become retired, this gone case. So, but after retirement, if he thinks, oh, I was a judge, I was like this, actually, one time, these, especially the actors, okay, you remember famous actors? Oh, they're so puffed up, public, oh, they're teaching, treating them like a god, some very, very, they are got used to it, that kind of, you know, all these things. So how long they will remain? Like for example, Miss Universe, our Gurudev used how many years they will remain Miss Universe? Have you come across a Miss Universe, same Miss Universe again next year? Never. You know. So, but once they become, they think they are still beautiful, this and that. No, unless they become spiritual, okay, unless they become devotees, this false ego continues. Even though they have become very old, disease and all that, they paint themselves so much, they spend so much time on the front of mirror just to become beauty, then all that chemical, they are suffering with that, and and they're sleeping, they cannot actually sleep properly because they are thinking, oh, I was being decorated like this, I was being people so much respect and honor. Oh, they are thinking in that in the dream like that. What has happened in the past, they are still living in the past. Okay, this is what it is. Living in the past. You understand? They are still living, but what do you mean by past? It's over. Things have changed, but they are not recognizing what has happened changes. They are still dreaming. No, I was like this, I was like this. And they are losing the present. What happens? Future. What is future? So they go crazy. You know, I've come across many people. It is really strange. But people are there. You may not think they are not there. It is there. To some extent, many of us will be affected by the past. That's why you have to give up. And also, many people live in the future. Always future. Both is wrong. Okay. Try to live in the present. You know. So if you are not affected by the past and future, you understand? Then, you can be happy. How we can be in present? By connected with the Supreme Lord who is always in the present. Okay. That's why in the spiritual world, time is standstill, past, future. Whereas here in this world, it's not standstill, it's moving, Da, 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 you know. So we have to learn ourselves. Trick is to move with the time, being present all the time. Then you can change the past, you can change the future. It's an amazing thing. You can change what has not happened yet. You can change what has happened before. Amazing thing. Okay. Really amazing. This is why in this Brihad Bhagavatamritam, the Brihad Bhagavatamritam is very, very, very nice. Very nice. So, really nice. Now, Gopakumara, you remember I was telling? Now, Gopakumara is telling this this Brahman, Kumara, that he has gone through all this. So he is telling his experience of going to the Indralok. Now we saw Indra, right? So, and in presence of his brother who was like a Vamana, Indra did so many nonsense. And he was still chanting Gopal Mantra. He was the Vamana tell he should make this boy as a Indra. So they made him Indra. And he was not attached to this wealth. But he was not satisfied because he wanted to meet Supreme Lord. Then like that, and he does not know anything. He heard somebody, oh, Indra was like this, he is worshipping the Supreme Lord. I want to see that Supreme Lord. He came. He was very happy. And Vamana, treating him very nicely. Now he is like his brother. He was accepting, offering from him. And he was feeling bad, nice about it. But whenever sometime it disappeared, he was feeling bad like that. Separation. Then he heard there is above Swarga, there is other planets. Tapoloka, Janaloka, Satyaloka, then the other lokas. Then, so there Maharshi is staying, Bhrugumuni like that. Bhrugumuni comes one time. And the Devata worshipping. And he said, hey, here also Indra, you should worship them. Then they listened to it. He was a very sincere person. After they left Bhrugumuni, he went away. He came to the earth to purify, Then this Gopakumara has a question. Wait a minute. I thought you are all worshipable by the human, but you are worshipping somebody. Even Vamana was worshipping. Who is this? He is Rishi Kumar. Rishi. Maharloka. They come from the higher planet from above. And there they enjoy so much, million times more than Indras. And they are eligible for, like, they are eligible for moksha, liberation. Oh, so he gets a desire to go there. you know. So he gives up Indra Padavi. Huh? See, uh, then he goes there, and there they are worshipping Supreme Lord as a Yajna Purusha. They are offering all the time, busy in doing yajna, swaha, swaha. And the Lord appearing himself and then accepting, very beautiful. And he feels very happy, Yajna Purusha, seeing Lord. And Yajna Purusha is also he is also treating this boy very nicely. But now and then he disappears. He appears only when there is yajna. So he becomes like a homesick, wow, like that. So like that, what happened is, uh, then these people, they say, oh, you should also become a sage like her. Then you should do your own yajna. But he was maintaining the like a coward boy, right? He didn't want to change. They said, you're a uh, coward boy. You should become like a Brahmana. You should do like a Muni. Huh? Then we will, because you are in this world, they will automatically become empowered. You will get all the qualification to become a tapasvi, Muni. You can do yajnas. Then Lord himself will come and accept from you. Da da da, like that. No, he was not willing. Huh? Then he saw at the time of Brahma's the end of day, the whole fire coming from earth. Earth will get dust, burned into dust. You know, you can imagine Agnihotra, okay, putting whole earth like that, swaha, burning, right, whole earth. Then Svargaloka, Indra's, is also burned. You can imagine that heat touches this Maharloka. They have to run away from that. They go to Janaloka. So it's a difficult situation, right? There they cannot do yajnas. They are separated for a long time, like that. So then he sees, oh, what is this? But then they come down again to Maharloka and they see great Kumaras coming and they are worshipping Kumar. Wow, like a supreme Lord. And he asked them, who are they? Oh, they are come from Tapoloka. They're always in meditation. So he decides to go there, he goes there. Gopalna. Da da da, like that. There again, they are telling them, no, the you have to meditate. You have to remember smarana. You have to keep meditating here. Worship Lord by meditation. Meditation is the best thing. They teach him like that. And somehow he was not happy. Then one time Brahma come, they worship Brahma. Then who is this? Who is Brahma? He's a father. He's very powerful. He's worshipping the Lord. Sahasra, very thousands of handed Lord. So this Gopakumara desires to go there. There, he was very happy seeing Brahma worshipping this and that. And then again, one time, what happened? Brahma touches something, a demon comes out, trying to attack him. He becomes of fear. He runs away, disappears, not to be seen. Then Lord makes him, he is suitable for become a Brahma. So the Gopakumara becomes Brahma. Then he is worshipping the Lord. He is very happy, this and that. Then he comes to know this one Loka. Uh, where liberated people go there. There was a discussion of the Shrutis, Smrutis, right? Shastras, discussion. Oh, liberation is so high, this and that. But the devotion, bhakti, Shastra, telling no, this way, that. Bhakti is foremost. There was a discussion. You know, among the scriptures. Srimad Bhagavatam walks out without, cannot tolerate this argument. And then again, he brings back, and then because of the background of bhakti, he tells, no, bhakti is the foremost. But anyway, he wanted to see this liberation place where they go. So he goes, the 7 layers living, earth, water, fire, air, ether, like that. And then above there, he goes to that loka. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. आप कैसा है? अच्छा, 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 हमारा अभी क्लास चल रहा है, हाँ, ऑनलाइन में। अभी 15 मिनट, हाँ, अब बाद में हम ये अग्निहोत्र करेंगे, इसको देख के बात करेंगे, अर्थ वगैरह, हाँ, आप रहिए और 15-20 मिनट। अच्छा, अच्छा, रहता है, हाँ, ठीक है, ठीक, ठीक है, ठीक है, जरूर, हाँ, ठीक है, प्रणाम। आप गाय को दर्शन करिए और ऊपर, अच्छा, 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 करते, ठीक है, हाँ। So like that, there what happens is, in that, it's very amazing, what layer this and that. Then anyway, there Lord Shiva comes down, and this Gopakumara take the thing, and then from Vishnu Dutas also come down. They pay obeisance together, and they glorify Lord Shiva, and then Lord Shiva tells you should go to Vaikunta. So then, even though I'm not capable, you can, then the Vishnu Dutas tell later. Then they start glorifying Lord Shiva. Oh, yeah, here also can come, but out of humility are doing it. Becomes mauna, does not talk. Lord doesn't feel that he should hear his own glorification. Becomes very quiet. Like Vaishnava. So then the Vishnu dosas start talking to this Gopakumara. This is where I was. What they're telling, no, you should do bhakti. You should go back to Mathura, Vrindavan. You practice Nama Sankirtan, Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Pada, Sevana, Dasya, Sakya, Atmaniveda. 9 limbs of bhakti. You should practice. With that, you will fulfill your desire. You will be happy. You're going everywhere, to please your, Lord. Be happy. So like that they recommend him. And there the discussion happens. How, why bhakti is supreme. The Vishnu Dutas are telling. So this is where we want to discuss. So there, from that is saying, you should, upon reaching the land of Raja, practice pure bhakti, that is devoid of jnana and karma, with the hope of attaining the lotus feet of Sri Bhagavan. Do this, giving prominence to Nama Sankirtan. Due to the influence of devotion in which Nama Sankirtan is prominent, the wealth of prema will arise in your heart very quickly, and by that power you will easily able to see Krishna right in Vaikuntha. Now, because you remember, previously Gopakumara has heard from Yogendras in Tapoloka. You know, the Tapoloka. This is very, very important, this word. Some hold that all the types, all type of bhakti, smarana, remembering rather than kirtana is the foremost. Remember? Shravana, kirtana, smarana, vandana. 9. Some people like this Tapoloka. Huh? Navayogendra is telling this Gopkumar, no, you should do smarana in Tapoloka, right? Remembering rather than kirtan, because smarana is the foremost and it is the best of the most confidential means to attain pure love for the Lord. Now, see, this is what it is. Now, this reasoning is that their reason why they are saying like that, because kirtan manifests only as a function of speech in one of the inert senses. Further, it manifests very easily and quickly. Therefore, it can only give a slight result. This is their argument. Okay. Now, the Vishnu Dutas actually elaborate on this. They reject this. So, the Navayogendras in Tapoloka, they are telling this. Smarana is on the other hand is a function of the mind, which is the king of all the senses. The turbulent, volatile mind is not easily restrained or withdrawn from sense object. Therefore, smarana, meaning remembrance, bhakti, which is accomplished by a mind that is purified only after tremendous endeavor and diligence, is superior to kirtana. Particularly, that which is accomplished by subjugation of the mind must be the most excellent. Who can doubt this? This is their argument, okay? And many statements, scripture also support this, but we have to harmonize, okay? Now the Vishnu Dutas, they are telling, however, in our opinion, Kirtan is superior to Smarana, remembrance, okay? It manifests only in one's own heart via the restless mind. Kirtana, on the other hand, manifests on the tongue and automatically connects with the mind. The sound of Kirtana then satisfies both one's own sense of hearing and that of other listeners. Kirtan starts our own hearing and others. When the faculty of speech, which drives the external and internal senses, is brought under control, only then does the mind become steady. And only when the mind is steady can one remember Bhagavan. Therefore, Kirtana is favorable to remembrance. And this remembrance is the fruit of the devotional service of Kirtana. See, this is the point they are missing. Alright, Smarana, okay, if you agree, Smarana is foremost. But Smarana happens by the blessing of the Kirtan. If you don't Kirtan, then you will never get to Smarana. So, which is superior? You get it? Like that. So, also, actually, see, in Vishnu Purana also it is. Dhyanan krute yajan yajnai tretayam dvapare archayan yad apnoti tad apnoti kalau sankirtane keshavam. No, whatever result one obtains in Satyuga, right, by meditation, thousands of years meditation there, dhyana. In Treta Yuga by sacrifice, yajnas, right? Now they are talking in Tapoloka, meditation, tapasya, right? Then in Maharloka, doing yajnas, Dwapara, deity worship, like the result of all those practices are obtained effortlessly in Kali Yuga just by the kirtana of the holy names of Bhagavan. So, these statements conclusively establish that the benefit of meditation, sacrifice, worship, and so on are indeed included in kirtan. Therefore, kirtana is effulgently the most excellent practice. Um, like that. Now, this part you have to know this. See, we believe the Vaikuntha, no? Vishnu Dutta is telling, we believe that Kirtana or singing the praises of the Lord is indeed superior to the aspect of bhakti known as smarana or remembrance of the Lord. Glorifying the Lord loudly is superior to remembrance of the Lord. Why? Smarana, remembering, manifests only in one of the senses, in restless mind. But Kirtan manifests on the tongue and dances there, and also spontaneously becomes conjoined with the mind. Right? And chanting or loudly doing Kirtan, mind gets also attracted and it sports within it. Therefore, because it is the mind that connects the sense objects of all the senses in a subtle form, right? Because without mind, there is no question of any sense perception, right? Without mind. Ultimately, the sound of kirtan, bringing satisfaction to the senses of hearing, controls all the other senses as well, like its own servant. See, this is the thing. When we start chanting, the mind gets also, restless mind gets also attracted. When the mind gets attracted, because the mind what connects the other senses, they also hear. So that way the chanting, engages, brings satisfaction all the senses to the mind. What more can we say about the glories of Kirtana? Automatically entering the ears, Kirtana benefits all its servants, meaning everyone who is listening. Then the smarana, remembrance, however, does not have this potency. Therefore, Kirtana is the only means capable of bringing the restless mind under control. Mind is restless. How to bring it in control? Only Kirtan. In addition, the mind has no strength to remember the Lord in the absence of loud glorification. See, this is important thing. The mind has no strength to remember the Lord in the absence of loud glorification. You understand? This is very, very, very important. Unless we glorify, mind cannot remember. See, mind has to be drawn to this loud glorification. Though the confidential meaning of this is that Kirtana focuses the mind. Kirtan, what it does, focus the mind. Without Kirtan, the mind cannot be fixed by any other means. And if the mind is unsteady, one will not be able to perform smarana, remembrance properly. So, here, what has been refuted is the idea that one can determine the superiority or inferiority of any object, like smarana or kirtana, based on whether it is obtained by one's endeavor or without any endeavor. Hmm? So, in Parasara Smriti, it said that when one absorbs the mind in the infallible Supreme Lord, one is saved from hell and even attains heaven and other excellent abodes. Furthermore, all types of obstacles are destroyed and Brahmaloka becomes insignificant. That imperishable Supreme Personality of Godhead resides in the consciousness of pure-hearted sadhakas and grants all their desires, including liberation. Therefore, how can anyone doubt that all sins are destroyed and all auspicious comes when Lord Achyuta's names are chanted in Namakirtan? So, that's why when the Kirtan, meditation, sacrifice, worship are all included in Kirtan. So, is excellent practice. So, this is what Vishnudutas are telling. When the faculty of speech, which drives the external and internal senses, you understand? It drives the external and internal senses. External is like hearing, touch, and all these things. Internal, the mind is brought under control when only then does the mind become steady. And only when the mind is steady can one remember Bhagavan. Therefore, Kirtan is favorable to remembrance. And this remembrance is the fruit of the devotional service of Kirtan. So, Smarana, remembrance, is actually fruit of following Kirtan. So, like that, they tell him. Then, if the function of the senses, Sankirtan, glorification, Sparsha, touching, Darshana, so on, permeate the mind due to the force of dhyana, then certainly the superiority of meditation over kirtana can be accepted. Some people say dhyana, then they are also telling like this. So, but still the kirtan has to be there. Uh, if by the strong momentum of dhyana, activities such as glorifying, feeling, seeing the Lord that are functions of the speech, touch, and sight naturally manifest in the heart. That is, if in his meditation one begins to experience the chanting, vision, and touchable, then only can dhyana be considered superior to kirtan. Now again, it happens by kirtan. So, anyway, that practice which a devotee observed in transcendental taste thoroughly loves and by which he derives his happiness is the topmost method for him. It is incumbent upon him to execute that practice with faith and respect. And such practice is his ultimate goal. So, those who are saintly concur with this opinion. So, they are telling Gopakumara, Sankirtan increases the bliss of dhyana, which in turn increases the bliss of sweetness of kirtan. As they mutually nourish and amplify each other, we actually consider Sankirtan and Dhyana to be one. Dhyana to be one. Dhyana is also pleasing like Sankirtan because one feels happiness in the experience of every single matter concerning one's beloved, and because one becomes peaceful when the mind is truly absorbed in anything related to him. For instance, a person suffering from fever gets relief from his thirst and experiences happiness merely by imagining himself drinking cool ambrosial water. Similarly, the performer of Sankirtan also receives happiness and peace from glorifying his cherished object. So, uh, but although one can also attain happiness by performing kirtan of one's beloved object, still it is not possible to express all one's sentiment through chanting out aloud. Even if that were possible by endeavor, there are so many confidential moods that saintly devotees may feel shy to sing about, even in a secluded place. Huh? Dhyana can only be accomplished in seclusion when one is alone. Sankirtan, however, can be performed successfully whether alone or in assembly. So, among different types of chanting or glorification, the Sankirtan of the names of Sri Krishna is prominent because his Nama Sankirtan is capable of generating the treasure of prema very quickly. Therefore, scholars have deemed Nama Sankirtan the most excellent process of bhakti. Therefore, Sri Krishna Nama Sankirtan alone is the most excellent among all the limbs of bhakti. Saintly personalities have indeed ascertained this fact. Huh? Who can describe the glories of the incomparable happiness that the tongue savors by constantly serving with heartfelt love the nectar of Sri Krishna's beloved names? So, although all of Bhagavan's names are equally glorious, the desired goal is obtained quickly and easily by chanting the names of the Lord that one cherishes the most. People who are of different tastes first develop loving attachment for only one name among the many names of Bhagavan. But gradually they begin to cherish all his names. By manifesting on one sense organ, the tongue, the nectarian mellow of Bhagavan's name inundates all the senses with its sweetness. The name primarily appears in the sense of speech, the tongue. When it is glorified aloud, both the chanter and others experience happiness. However, in dhyana, only the meditator benefits and receives pleasure. Therefore, Nama Sankirtan is certainly superior to meditation. Nama Sankirtan is the best and most powerful method for obtaining the treasure of divine love for Sri Krishna because it is like a supremely magnetic mantra. Therefore, because Nama Sankirtan never fails to bestow the treasure of prema or love for Bhagavan. Those who are expert in tasting the mellows of devotion, bhakti, rasika, regard it as the fruit of bhakti. So, Some knowers of rasa consider Nama Sankirtan alone to be the embodiment and the most excellent symptom of Sri Krishna Prema, because while absorbed in chanting the name of one's beloved Lord with an anxious, open heart, Prema automatically manifests in that Nama Sankirtan. Just, just as the Chataka bird calls out in grief in a cloudless rainy season, or Chakravaka bird cries piteously at night in separation from her husband. So devotees perform Sankirtan of Sri Krishna's names when they are agitated by the distress of separation in love. Wonderful varieties of sweet Sankirtan manifest happiness through the amazing graces of the Lord, who is an ocean of wonderful varieties of ambrosial pastimes. By one's own endeavors, one can never achieve this happiness. So, uh, it's like that, it goes on and on. Very nice, okay? We will continue next time. It was amazing to see the Vishnu Dutas, you know, how harmoniously striving. The glories of the bhakti. That's why our Acharya, following that. So, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha krupasindhubhyascha patitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, Sikshashtakam, he said, Param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Always, always glories. And they are elaborating on this. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hello, pranams to everybody.
Thank you so much, Gurudev.
Thank you. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Dana.
Dana.
Thank you very much, dear devotees, for attending the class.